So we have finished defining our three sets by using sklearn and all the pre-processing operations. It's now to put them in the Theano framework so that we can exploit automatic differentiation and also use the GPU when available. Our first step would be to make Theano shared variables for holding our three sets. So we'll write train is equal to Theano.shared of train underscore. A shared variable is just a way of encoding your data so that it can be put into Theano's framework and it is admissible for Theano's automatic differentiation operations and all the symbolic operations that it does. But also when a GPU is available, it will signal that the GPU, all the mathematics on this ought to be done on the GPU itself. Test is Theano dot shared test underscore valid is Theano dot shared valid underscore. So this defines all our sets in the Theano shared framework. The next step ought to be to define the parameters of our model. So for that we need 4 parameters, W and the edge bias. These are needed for the upward pass, that is when forming the hidden layer from the input data, and U and the V bias. This is for the reconstruction layer, that is reconstructing from the hidden layer. So first let's define how many hidden units we want. I'll keep this as 100 for now. W shape ought to be nhid, nvis. Now Xavier Glorot in his 2011 paper Understanding the Difficulty of Training Deep Neural Networks considered the problem of giving good initial values to neuronal weights so that the network can be learnt easily. So he considers the question of keeping the variance of the signal constant as it is being propagated up through the network when the network has these initial weights, and to keep the variance of the back propagated error constant as it is coming down. In this sense, he defines a good initialization scheme as sampling from a uniform distribution which has limits calculated in a very particular way. We'll see that now. So the limit for any neuron in such a deep network is calculated as the square root of 6 divided by the fan in plus the fan out plus 1. The fan in of a unit is the number of units it is connected to on the input side, and the fan out is the number of units that it further is an input to. So for the case of the hidden units in our autoencoder, the fan in is just the number of visible units, and fan out is also the number of visible units, because we are going to reconstruct the visible vector from the hidden layer. So we can replace this by 2 into nvis, and this becomes the limit for the uniform distribution from which we are going to sample from. So we define W init as np.random.uniform, give it the two limits, minus lim and plus lim, and the shape, and now form W as a shared variable from this initial value. Similar to W, well, not similar to W, accompanying W, we'll need to form the edge bias. The edge bias will again be a shared variable. We'll make all the elements of edge bias 0 initially. The size of that would be nhid, 1, and we'll add a broadcastable parameter here, which I'll explain the meaning of later. Now broadcastable can only be put true for dimensions of the array which have 1 as their size. It can't be put to true for anything else. We have defined the parameters for the upward pass now in W and edge bias. Let's do the same for the downward pass. So U shape, U will be my matrix for the downward pass. U shape will just be the transpose of the W shape in this, and in hid. Similar to w's limits, we'll define the limits for u as p dot sqrt Now the reconstruction units are not going to be used further to feed into the hidden layer again and to propagate the signal of the reconstruction back up to the hidden layer. So actually they don't really have a fan out. For symmetry's sake, with the initialization used for W, we'll use this form nonetheless. So the initial values of U can be used as random dot uniform minus lim1 lim1 and U shape. And again, U can be defined by wrapping this into a shared constructor. V bias is defined as a shared variable with all 0 values initially. The shape will be nvis, 1 and broadcastable will be false and true, similar to H bias. Now that we have defined the parameters of our autoencoder model, let's go on to define the model itself, that is the equations that fall into it. So if we remember that when we had defined our valid train and test sets, we were assuming that our data was in the form of row vectors arranged one on top of the other, right? That is the size of the selected patches from Olshausen patches was 40,000 into 256. But it's easier for me to think about mathematics when I'm thinking about it being done on column vectors. So first I'll do a hack to convert all my row vectors that are present in train, test and valid into column vectors. So let's define x row as a Theano tensor variable, tensor matrix, like so, and x will just be x underscore row transpose, right? So now I can write my model as working on x and think about column vectors coming into the picture. So first let's define the activity for the hidden units as activity up. So this will be a dot product. By dot product I mean a simple matrix multiplication between W and X with an H bias added to it. So when you multiply W with X, you get a matrix out. The size of this matrix will be n hid into the size of the batch. That is, if you had given it 17 images and the number of hidden units is 100, like above here, the output size would be 100, 17. H bias, if you notice, is just 100, 1. So we need to signal to Theano that that while adding this 100, 1 size matrix to a 100, 17 size matrix, it should just replicate the single column that is present in H bias 17 times and add it. So that is the broadcastable parameter that we used upstairs then. So we are saying that broadcast it along the dimension which is just 1, right? So activity up is the dot product, is the matrix multiplication of W and X with H bias added, and hidden layer will be defined by putting a non-linearity on top of it, which in our case is the sigmoid function up, right? Similarly, let's define the activity going down from the hidden layer. Activity down is equal to T dot U comma hid layer, and we'll add V bias to it, which is again broadcasted in the second dimension, and reconstruction is the sigmoid on top of this, right? The spelling here is wrong. So with that, we have defined the essential equations of our model, the upward and the downward pass.